Hi, welcome to Swishing Mindset. This is Anuradha, and today I'm speaking to Nidhu B. Kapoor, an energy work practitioner who describes her work as scientific as well as spiritual, using both Eastern medicine and Western philosophy. And the most fun part is this, which I love. She says, while the principles that I practice and preach can be applied to whatever you wish to manifest, it's working with money that gives me most joy. And of course, it gives us the most joy as well. So we're going to have a lot of fun talking to her about her unique decrees, switch words, and of course, how to generate money. So hi, Nidhu.
Hi, Anuradha. I'm
How are you?
delighted to be here. We're going to have this money call, and that's always, like I said, like you also said,
Yeah.
it's the most fun.
It's the most fun. And everybody I speak to lately, everybody is like, especially people who are stuck in a 9 to 5 job. Or
Right?
like, you're just stuck because half the time these days, sometimes your work doesn't give you joy and you're just stuck. So it's like, what can I do to be free of this cycle, do what I enjoy. And, the money just keeps coming in on its own, So I don't know if that's possible, but
It's possible.
okay, wonderful.
Possible.
So, you asked me this one question, that when I spoke to you the first time, and you just said that, okay, I said, "Okay, why is it I'm not making money like the others? I'm intelligent, and a lot of people you hear these days, everybody's going into crores." And you said, "Okay, why do you think you're not?" or something like that. And I was blank. And something shifted, I feel, after that. So, at the same time, we're all practical people. I feel maybe I'm just imagining things, but like I told you, I get this part-time salary and I'm working freelancing somewhere. And it's always delayed. I have to constantly remind them, and this time I got it before everybody else. And then suddenly work offers have been coming in, and I'm like, okay, is that Nidhu? I just spoke to her like once. So,
And first of all, congratulations. You've
yeah,
shifted
thank you.
magnificently because that is what we want, right? Where we are, this much is happening. If we shift, then that much will happen. Then we shift again, and that much more will happen. So I really appreciate that you shifted so rapidly because that is one of the most important money questions. And I'm going to tell you one more as we go on. But this, right? Because when somebody comes, for a money session, and usually, right, the business is stuck or the husband's business is stuck. And this is the first thing that I want the answer to. And you would be amazed, Anuradha, how many people do go blank. Because you see, we're in the desire, we know what we want, but we don't know why we are not getting it. And therefore, just in allowing that very important question, an answer opens a door for us as it did for you. Whatever it is that we are seeking. Now, let us say, for example, one of your friends mentioned a desire for a 200% appraisal. Now,
Yeah.
an appraisal is bound to happen. It is definitely going to happen. How much is going to happen in that appraisal? We would like to get to 200%. So, when we know that something is going to happen, the question that we want to ask at that point is, how sure are you that you will get it? Because you see, our desires, all our desires are innocent. All our desires is that curious, hoping, wishing child, right? Let Paris be the capital of India because that's what I wrote in my exam paper. That's how
Yeah.
our desires are, right? We can desire anything. But when it comes to money, because money, like you said, it is about practicality. It is a material energy. It is the energy of circulation. We too have got to be very real in what's going on around money. We've also got to take a step back and say, hey, wait a minute. What's happening here? Because one of the truths about money is that you get it for two reasons. One, you get for who you are. Your mother could give you money, your father could give you money, something could be left in a relative's will. But the other is we make it, we get it. Every day we make money in your part-time job. You aren't getting money because they have employed you. Getting money because every day you are making the money you are going to get in your salary. In the appraisal, we have made the appraisal such that the appraisal can be asked for 100%, 200%, 1000% times over. We make money and then we get money. And everything, right? Everything that is because of who we are, that invariably becomes most of our wishes. That yaar mujhse mat bolo what to do to get the money, how to make the money, tell me how I'm getting the money. Then you get the money for who you are. But who are you? Are you a stressed person? Money cannot be rewarded for stress, because otherwise every beggar would be driving a Mercedes and living in a penthouse. And therefore, you cannot be a stressful person to get money. Are you a negative person? And all of us have seen this, right? We have that one choo-choo, meh, relative and friend. All of us do. If we are blessed, we have very few of them. If we are not so blessed, we have lots of them. And that choo-choo, meh person, would you like to give them money? We wouldn't like to give them money, right? The complainy, cribby, negative person, we don't enjoy giving them money. In fact, we don't enjoy giving them whatever they ask for. And the universe is us, and we are the universe. Therefore, in how we respond to somebody's desire to money tells us a lot about how the universe is responding to our desire for money. And invariably, I've seen, Anuradha, that when there is a problem with money, the problem is usually elsewhere. Because you see, there are two kinds of people who show up for a money workshop or for a money program. One is the person who's so unhappy, discontented, even maybe abused and traumatized, that they think and believe that money is the answer. That if I have the money, I can have the life I want. That if I have the money, I won't be insulted by my husband every time I ask for it. That if I have the money, maybe I can even get a divorce. Something is going on somewhere else, and we think money is the answer. And I just want to say here for everybody listening in, that to an extent, money is part of the answer, but it is not the full answer. And the other person who shows up for a workshop is the person who has money, but has either plateaued or would like more. These are the only two kinds of people who show up in a money workshop. And these are the only two kinds of people who are thinking money. And therefore, the very important question, like I will tell you, like V called me. He's a very successful entrepreneur. She is a multimillionaire already. She has outlets in this city. She has outlets in 2 other cities. And when we called, she said, something is happening in my business. 2-3 months, everything will be okay. Then 3 months, nothing will happen. And so she was going through a fasting and feasting cycle, number one. And then she said, and I don't know why, I am successful. I have clients, I have a wonderful husband. You know, we live this lovely life, we're traveling, but I hesitate to ask for money. Now, the thing in V's session, which made it very simple, and that session, like yours, Anuradha, got over in 5 minutes. Because you see, she had told me the reality of the money block. 1, there was a pattern to break. And 2, she was hesitating to ask for more money. Now, every time we have hesitation, there is fear. So we've identified that I am being fearful about having more money. Therefore, I will also be fearful about making more money. Because remember, we make money and then we get money. And why am I fearful? Because I know that in 3 months, I'll get a great client. We will do this crore, this project in crores. Then for 3 months, I won't have a client. And that is so painful for me that I'm hesitating to even have that first client. We broke that 5 minutes, Anuradha. That session was over because one of my USPs is speed. I'm the only practitioner in the world. So sorry to sound so modest, but I am the only practitioner in the world doing 5-minute sessions. Because if you know what you have called for, it can be cured, healed, resolved, and dissolved in 5 minutes. I'm also the only practitioner doing 10 minutes. My VIP sessions are 20 minutes. Because everything is getting over so rapidly. And this, right, the 2 kinds of people who show up for a money workshop. For the first one, money is really not the problem, but they have made money the problem. And therefore, that has to be resolved. For the second one, the question that I asked you, because you fall in the second category, because you do have money, but you could easily have more. Why aren't you having more? In the results that started showing up within a day, your answers are there as well. Like you mentioned, right? There are more people and more offers coming your way. How is that making you feel? Are you hesitating? Will I lose my freedom? Will I lose my luxury of time? Will I be able to do my podcast in peace if I start taking on these other projects? And that will reveal to you what is in the way, that maybe I cannot make the time to make the money I know I want to get. Then we'll work on that. So you see, every shift has an answer, then we work on, or even a problem revealing itself, then we work on that, then we get to the next shift, the next shift, the next shift, and before you know it, you are definitely making more money and therefore getting more money. Now, it is also possible that part of this answer lies in the first part, right? Where there's a problem elsewhere. Like, for example, S called for her business. Slightly similar story, stuck in a start and stop. Now it's happening, now it's not happening. Now it's happening, now it's not happening. And it's a new business. It's only about a 5-year-old business. And I asked her, what's going on at home? And she said, well, I'm summing it up in one sentence. Her husband is a financial bully. A financial bully is a person who controls you with money, who will judge you when you spend the money, who will question you when you ask for money. Basically, you are now under this person's thumb financially. And when I said to her, I explained to her, I'm going to digress for just one moment, but it's part of the same thing.
Of course, feel free. It's your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. As women who have to work, we do not hesitate to go to work. We have always been working. We start working from day one. When women who want to be housewives and be provided for well go to work, they are not in authenticity. She's been married for 18 years. She started her business 5 years back because this, right? The desire for financial freedom. That today, if I want to buy a Louis Vuitton bag, I don't have to haggle and struggle and grovel with my husband. Your reasons for starting your business are not stable and solid. Your reason to go to work are not stable and solid. How is this business going to sustain more money? Because as money comes in, Anuradha, this is life. This is our business. This is our body. If I'm already so full, how much
the glass is full. Yeah.
How much more can I put in? And my glass need not be full of happiness. My glass may be full of this stress. My glass may be full of the realization that I am in an abusive relationship, because in whatever way it is being done, this is abuse. It's financial abuse, but it is abuse because abuse is a form of disrespect. Now, if your glass is already full and your business is on shaky ground because your reason for working itself is inauthentic, you don't want to work. And as I was explaining this to her, she said, yeah. Because I said, if you had a husband who was giving you this support and this money, would you be working? Would you have called me for your business? And she said, no. Therefore, your authenticities, which is who you are. Remember the two reasons we get money?
Right.
One is who we are. And who we are is also a family member, but also who we are. How authentic are we? How stressed are we? How positive are we? How negative are we? How judgmental are we? How exhausted are we? Because that's what's in our glass. If I am tired, oh, bechara paisa aake jayega kahan? I don't have the space for the money.
Absolutely.
And therefore, nor do I have the bandwidth to handle the crores and millions I'm asking for. And therefore, who I am is a crucial aspect of what happens with money. And the second, which very few people come to, is how am I going to make it to get it? Because all of us want it for who we are. All of us are children of the universe. And when we have desires, we also ask like this. कि मुझे तो अभी 10 आइसक्रीम चाहिए लंच के लिए, अभी पेट का ख्याल आप रखो, मुझे तो 10 आइसक्रीम चाहिए. But what do you need for that? You need to have the understanding and maturity. You can have 1 ice cream after lunch, have 1 ice cream after dinner, have your next set over the next 4 days. But this is not how desire functions. Desire has no logic. Desire has no rationale. So when there is a desire, you bring it back. Who am I? Do I have space in my cupboard, in my glass, in my trolley? Number 2, am I willing to make it to get it? Because you see, that's where the collapse happens. कि मुझे बस आप दे दो, मुझे ये मत बोलो कि आज मुझे 10 सूर्य नमस्कार करने हैं, कल मुझे 10 headstand करने, ये मुझे मत बता. But these are the 2 places in which we do get money and receive money and keep money, because that is also a wound. Where money is coming in, there's no problem with the inflow, but bills are showing up, expenditure is showing up, debt is showing up. We're not being able to keep the money. Same thing. You look back as to who you are. Why are you not being able to keep the money? Definitely, you're not being able to keep the money because some other wounding is revealing itself. Maybe you lost your favorite doll. Maybe you lost your favorite umbrella. Maybe, God forbid, you lost a parent. And now you want the money because it will give you that safety, security. It will give you that stability. It will give you that sense of certainty of the future, which your parent would have done, your doll was doing, your favorite umbrella would have done, your house would have done. But you're not being able to keep it because the wound is there is an existing loss that has not been resolved. In your glass is wound and trauma. How will you keep the money?
You're consumed by it. So there's no space for anything. Yeah.
And therefore, between these 2 questions, when I ask you what's in the way, either intuitively you'll get an answer, or energetically, without you having the articulation, the answer will come as it did for you, Anuradha. You didn't have to explore the answer. You received the answer in the asking of the question. Because if you remember, one of the things you did when I asked is you asked it back. Because your mind went to the pondering and contemplation. And this is very crucial in the work that I do. That I will give you an answer, but if I ask you, you must say it as well. So for example, and you said it automatically, Anuradha, you were already in the flow with the work being done. Because you asked. Why?
And I even thought about it later, why? So I felt like, okay, like something has been unlocked, I'm thinking another way. And I'd never thought of that before. Like, why is it not happening?
Correct. Because here's the important part in W.O.R.D medicine. And what I do is W.O.R.D medicine. It's light medicine. It's called the decrease because things happen at the speed of light. It happens with your light. You see, the moment your awareness clicks on, and I love the word you use, which is unlocked. You have unlocked something and a doorway, window, stream, river opened. It started flowing again. It worked at the speed of light because awareness is light. You shone awareness on that very question and your answer, you didn't even have to find the answer, Anuradha. Your life revealed this is the correct question to ask.
Absolutely, yeah. You don't need an answer. Yeah.
You don't need an answer. But now you respond to what feedback life has given you because you communicated with the universe. The universe communicated back, Anuradha, ye aapne sahi bola hai, ye lo offers, ye lo aapka payment way before on time. Now what next? How are these offers making you feel? When you're thinking about it, are you thinking, you know what? It's not so bad where I am. Because that tells you something. There's an answer in there. Or is it, wow, how many of these offers can I take on simultaneously? You see?
Both. You're like a mind reader. Really.
And cheers to that. Here's to emptying out some space.
Yeah.
So this, right? Now this contemplation, isn't it fun, Anuradha? This is the kind of contemplation.
It's fun. Absolutely fun.
Which is the better choice? Shall I do this or shall I do this? And here's the next question. And you will know the answer immediately. which of these is going to bring me the perfect balance of time, play, and more money? Just ask it. Now you have to ask it. Which of these?
Which of, I have to say it? Okay.
Say it. Like that time when you asked, you didn't know you were asking, but you
So
asked.
which of these is going to get me the right balance of time, money, and
play?
And play. Time, money, and play.
Time, money, and play. Now you ask it and take 2 seconds in silence. And either you will already have an answer or today you will have an answer. And you will have the answer.
Yeah, or it'll just make me clearer, I feel, you know.
Absolutely. And clearer is the answer.
And from what you're saying, you know, I realized that, you know, you have to send and I've seen that in my life, you know, I've just like stumbled upon this trick maybe, that you have to give a very clear message to the universe. I want this with a very clear mind, and then it happens.
Correct.
You know, the intention and the message has to be very clear. Correct. What you're saying, you know, I mean, I'm no expert, obviously, but this works for me. And the other thing which you said about creating space. So I even tell people that, you know, to get more stuff, you have to, you know, make space for it. Others, it's not going to come. You know, Absolutely. Make space in your calendar, in your life, or something, you know.
Navid, I'm going to add calendar to my list of cupboard, trolley, glass, plate. I'm going to add calendar to it. Make space for it. Otherwise, we're just being greedy. And otherwise, we're also overestimating what we can handle. Because in life, there are 4 ways in which we manifest. Number 1, what we are safe with. Safety is paramount because safety is how our lineage progresses. Safety is how Mother Nature makes sure that the species continues. Nothing is above safety. And I'll give you an example of this for safety and money. For example, if, and I've seen this with quite a few star kids, if you have money coming in and your parent is taking it away, or it is being used in the family bills, you won't feel safe attracting, manifesting, and making more money because you know it's going to get taken away elsewhere. So you are not safe with the making of more money. Then you will just let things be status quo. So safety is paramount. The amount of money we all have in our lives is the amount of money we feel safe with. Is the amount of money we feel safe having, keeping, making. Number 2, what we are good at. Now, what we are good at, some of us are very good at handling stress. Some of us are very good at being stressed out. That is what you will get more of. Some of us are very good with handling money. You will get more of it. And this, right, good and handle, I've separated the 2, but they're actually one, which is what you're good at is what you can handle. What you can handle is what you're safe with. And therefore, if what you can handle is fun, then you will have fun. If what you can handle is hard work, then you will get hard work. If what you can handle is ease with money flows, you will get ease with money flows, because what you can handle is what you're trained for, is your expertise, and therefore what you're good at. So if you're good at being negative, cribbing, complaining, you will be given more reason to crib and complain. And finally, the last one is what you believe. And what you believe is a combination of these 3. What you're safe with, good at, and can handle. And then you will believe money doesn't grow on trees, or money is a bad thing, or money is not spiritual, or rich people are liars and cheaters, or rich people got rich by conning. All of these are belief systems, right? And I don't want to be a liar, cheater, conner. Therefore, I will then not allow myself to be rich because I cannot handle rich amounts of money. I don't feel safe with it. And these 4, like for example, when you said it, right? That when I say it and it is clear and I have an intention, you are fully safe, can handle it, and clearly are allowing yourself to be good at it and believe you're going to get it. And that's why it works for you. But for all of us, it doesn't always work. And in that case, of course, goes in very to him, that big question, why isn't it working? The answer will come to either who you are or what's going on in your life and how much you are willing to make more.
Right. But Nidhu, what I'm hearing is that you still have to work for it. That's really sad.
Depending on how you understand work to be, because work is not always job.
Yeah.
Right now, Anuradha, you and I, we are working. But it's not work.
Yeah, but it's not work. Yeah,
It's
true.
not work, but
Yeah. We're working, yeah.
Every day, the way you live your day, you are making money. And this is the other second awesome question that I said I would mention. One, of course, is why isn't it happening? And allow the answer to come, or allow the answer to happen. But the other one is, before I ask you this question, I'm going to tell you what it is. And that's why this question is so important. So a business is an organization, organized nation. For all the people that you see making money in the world, either they or they have people who organize their lives. Mukesh Ambani is one of the most organized people you will ever meet. If you ever see his shoe closet, his clothes closet, it will astound you the precision with which it is all kept and maintained. It is incredible how being organized is about money. When we are organized, we are not cluttered. When we are not cluttered, there is always space in our glass. The organized person always has more time in their calendar. The organized person is the one who is always open to the answers, learning, making, and getting of money. And therefore, the second very crucial question when it comes to money is, what's the most organized thing I can do today? Because you see, Anuradha, it's not just the time you are working at your job that you're getting your money. It's not only what you have done at work that is impacting an appraisal. It's what you're doing today that is getting you money tomorrow. Therefore, your today is making your money tomorrow. Work, we understand, is job. But you are working today as well because you are making money today. Today, both you and I, Anuradha, we are going to be making more money because we are doing this call, because we are thinking money, we're allowing the questions, we're allowing the insights, we are responding to the energy of money. Both you and I are going to make more money. Anybody, when they are sitting down with this podcast, you are guaranteed going to make more money today. Just keep in mind what I said. You make it, you get it. You are making money today. Everything you do from the moment you have woken up to the time you are shutting your eyes, you are making money. Therefore, you are working every day. So the thing with work that we have to understand that it's not just our job, it's also this, it's also the time with our friends, it's also the time sorting out our cupboards, it's also the time in our own internal journey. You do not call it work when you are contemplating and making these happy choices between these offers coming, but it is work, Anuradha. It's just that that's not how you've understood work. But you are making money, therefore you are working. So in that sense, you are right. But in the understanding that work is job, that let's open our understanding and perspective to. And it's
right,
work.
your mind is at work, basically.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. What kind of work? Is it about prophesizing doom and gloom? मेरी तो जिंदगी ऐसे ही है, मेरा तो कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है, सबके लिए हो सकता है, मेरे लिए नहीं हो सकता है. Have you made money in that? No, you haven't. You have repelled money in that. So also to keep grabbing that thought that says, it won't happen for me. Because remember, the fourth thing is belief. It's what you believe. It'll happen for them, it'll not happen for me. They are lucky. They were born in a rich household. This is one very popular excuse. कि उनके माँ बाप तो थे ही, पर अब मुझे सब करना पड़ रहा है. Now I have become the victim and they are the winners. Not true. Because I work across all stratas. And please let me tell you, our problems as human beings are uniform all throughout. Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire. It doesn't mean that she hasn't got troubles and issues going on elsewhere. The story with her mother is out there in the open for all to see. Raped as a child. So money doesn't mean that it's going to be a happily ever after. Is there going to be comfort? Yes. We do cry a little lesser in a Mercedes than we do in the local train. We do. There's definitely comfort to having money. And my favorite quote on money, I have to tell you, Anuradha.
Yes, please.
On money is, love makes the world go round, but it's money that makes the trip worthwhile.
Absolutely. I believe that, yeah. But another thing you said before we get fully into your decrees and stuff is, there's a lot of fear surrounding money. You're right, because because I've also just used it as of yesterday that let's not be too greedy, right? Or something like, like I was just discussing with a friend that, we are told. I remember there was this guru, he kind of said something like, nature doesn't understand if you desire something. It'll just make it happen, and there might be just destruction all around. So, it makes you feel, oh my God, I don't want to have an accident. I don't want somebody to die just because, to make my wish come true, because it can just happen anyhow, right? And the other thing, somebody else was saying that, another person said that you wish for money, but it'll only come true because the universe only does what is good for you. So you may wish for it, but if the money is not going to be good for you, then you will not get it. So, there are so many things we have associated with, money. Correct. Really.
Correct. But this is so valid what you said, right? So the thing with the universe is that while the universe responds to each one of us, the universe takes care of everything and everyone. Right? So 30 million flora, 50 billion fauna, 7 billion human beings, all the other elements of this planet. There is a cosmic order to it. So yes, the understanding is correct that if it's not for your good, it won't come, but actually it is if it's not for everybody's highest good. Because there is one of my other favorite quotes from my Vedanta teacher is, you cannot pluck a flower without shaking a star. Everybody is interconnected. And therefore, what happens to you is impacting the world. This conversation, Anuradha, no matter how many people hear it, the fact that we're having it is impacting the world. Because everything is interconnected. So money may not come to you not just for your good, but for everybody's highest good. It may not come to you if you don't know how to handle it. If you think you're going to blow it up, if you're going to harm yourself, if you're going to harm your family members. Because this is one of the other things we do with money. We try to buy love with money. We have what is known as blood money, guilt money. Like T, for example, was dependent on her very famous family's trust fund in California. But at the end of every month, it would be, is it going to come today? Is it going to come tomorrow? How much is it going to come again? Because the father and mother both were controlling the trust fund that was coming to her. And also, therefore, she never really learned to handle big amounts of money, even though she was doing sessions to get big amounts of money. And we were. There was no ease in how she was getting the money. And then it was, I want more, I want more. And then we understood the story of why this trust fund began for her and her brothers. Because their parents never had enough time for them. That this was actually guilt money. This is actually blood money. And therefore, as the parents kept giving, their sense of giving already overcame their guilt. Therefore, their desire was, you get a job. And ultimately, for T, it was, how am I going to get a job now? I'm 28, I've never worked. The trust fund money was always coming. Now my father and my mother are sitting me down on a Zoom call, because she lived separate from them, and telling me now I have to get a job. Because for the parents, that guilt was over. But now look at what you have done. You have disempowered an entire generation of people born in money. Because there's no shortage of money. But now this girl is in tatters. And then it became about slowly, then we worked on slowly finding things that she would enjoy. And she thought she would enjoy theater. She started then signing up for classes. She's begun to now be on stage. But how much money is that bringing in? So this, right, where we don't know how to handle money, where it will be taken from us. A fool and his money are soon parted is not just a proverb, because it is a life understanding. Are we foolish with money? Are we wise with money? Do we have the maturity for money? It will not be sent to you till you learn it. Can the universe ask you to push a cupboard? No, but it can ask a bodybuilder. It can ask a wrestler. It can ask a trainer. It won't ask you because you are neither safe with it, you are neither good at it, nor can you handle it, nor will you believe you can do it. When you look at a cupboard, Anuradha, we can't move it. Nobody's going to ask us to. So if we are asking for money, then we've got to come back home to, why don't I have it? What is required here? My internal work, my external work, and how organized I am in the day. What am I thinking in the day around money? What are my conversations with everybody around money? Can I truly? So let us say right now, Anuradha, a check for 5 crore is going to reach you. Is your first thing, I know exactly what to do, or is it shock, or is it relief, or is it an after relief? What is it? What will happen? So Anuradha, 5 crore rupees is on its way to you. You're going to get it today.
I don't know. I don't feel like instant happiness. I'm like, oh, what will I do with it? You know?
Right.
Will I do this or no? And then I'm stuck. Really.
How wonderful, right? And yet I'm asking for big amounts.
Yeah.
So if you will think about this big amount, 100% appraisal, 200% appraisal, what will this do? Let us say it is going to happen. Let us say it is going to happen. What next? One, something's going to show up for us, right? So
Yeah.
either how quickly, Anuradha, you understood I'm actually going to get stuck. Why would the universe send you something where you're going to get stuck? The universe will only send something where you're going to open up. Therefore,
I'm going to start thinking every day about 5 crores with joy now. So the universe will send me a check.
Correct. Because it's not that we don't want it, but money is a reality. Therefore, we've also got to keep it real. Am I safe with it? Am I good with this? Can I handle it? Do I believe it will come? Clearly, I'm not safe with it. That's why I'll get stuck. Now, for a rich person speak, if I'm going to tell Mr. Ratan Tata, you're going to get 5 crores today, he's going to say,
Yeah.
5 crores are required for my refinery in Gujarat. I need 50 crores. You see? But the understanding of money is the same. You've got to keep it real. By all means, money makes us feel safe, secure, worthy, confident, right? We walk a different walk when we have 5 crores in our bank account. We walk a different walk when we have 5,000 in our bank account. Temporarily.
Even the day your salary gets credited, you walk differently.
Yeah. Absolutely. You think different, you walk different, you're smiling different.
Yeah.
But it's like Jim Carrey said, I want everybody to get $1 million so they know it's not the answer. What happens the next day? The next day, the next day? Why aren't you living like every day you are making $1 million? Why aren't you living like every day you are tripling your salary? No, because I'll remind you of the basic again. You make it, you get it. You make it, you get it. And every day we make money. On your Sundays also you are making money. Because your money that you get paid is for the month. They didn't say it is for 3 hours on Monday and 4 hours on Friday and no hours on Sunday. Every day we make money. So one of the fun exercises that I do in one of my money workshops, and I do this fun thing with my son as well, is I ask you, how much money are you going to make today? How much money are you going to make today? Now, don't confuse it with get. But one, you make it, you get it. You make
zero? I mean, that's the figure that comes. 0? Sorry, Nidhu.
That's okay. Why 0? Because I already some sentences back, you and I are making more money today.
So I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Sorry if that's the wrong answer.
There's no wrong answer. Thank you, but there's no wrong answer. It is 0 because you don't have a sense of value of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get that.
And therefore, when you add up all your days to the 30 days, what's your sense of value?
Yeah.
And that will be reflected in your salary.
No, that's true. Like if I take up a project that, suppose it's a project I take on, then I kind of divide the hours, for a month, if that is my value, then, for a week, it's that much. So that's how it works. Yeah.
For that, you're getting money.
Yeah.
I'm saying you have to make it before you get it. And what you do every day is how you make it.
Yeah.
What is the value of today for you? What is the value of this session for? Not, it's not a session. What is this? What is the value of our chat for you?
Okay, I mean, the chat has great value. I'm talking to you. I'm enjoying it. And yeah, on a level where it's useful, I think it will help me clear some blocks personally, because, maybe I'll think a little clearer.
Now put a figure to it. And it doesn't matter, Anuradha, if you say 100. I want you to put a figure to it. Let us say it is 100. You've made 100 today. The value of your day, the value of you getting ready for this time, the value of you sitting down, the value of you then spending time on this, putting it out there for your audience. What is the value of that? Put a number to it. Let us say you say 5 or 10 or 500. There is a value to it. You've made that money today. And therefore, whenever you get it, because
let's say 10,000.
Let us say 10,000. Have you made 10,000 today? So here's what we do in our fun exercise. So you will write down 10,000. And because I added 100 for
From zero, I reached 10,000. Yeah, while talking to you.
Because don't forget, we have added 100 for this conversation. 10,000 and 100. And like this, when you add up every day the money you are making, you will have a better sense of value for the month. And I guarantee you, in divine timing, because time is never under our hands, in divine timing, you will have a job that's doubling, tripling, quadrupling what you're making right now. Because your sense of the making of the money to get the money is coming into place. Because right now the sense is too associated with job.
Right. Absolutely. You're right. Yeah.
Value to anything else. But you are working, right? This investing in this Zoom call, because you have to invest in it to have a recording of more than 40 minutes.
Yeah.
You invested in it as well.
Yeah.
Therefore, what is your return out of this? Let us say for every podcast you're putting out, it is 100, because I'm just equating everybody to myself. So how much money have you made so far?
Right? The podcast?
If every podcast is 100.
Oh, okay, that way. Okay. I thought you meant in actuality, which is nothing really.
Right, because you are okay. Now you have taken money reality to the absolute tangible reality.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is also fine, because I know that you are absorbing everything that is being said.
Yes.
Making of money is very different from the getting of money. Every day you make money. What's the most organized thing I can do today? Because organized nation equals business. So
basically you're making it, like I'm making it right now. It doesn't mean that I get it tomorrow at the end of the month or something like that, but you're making it and you will get there.
You will get it. You will get a raise. You will get another offer. You will get it because your sense of the making of money is developing.
Right.
And there's no way you won't get it if you're making it. If you're making a pot, you're going to get a pot. If you're making that table, you are going to get a table. So if you're making money, you have to get money.
So a friend of mine said that I would love to just, sit in my house, have tea and whatever. And she sounded very clear in her message. Just have tea and have a great time, watch TV, read whatever. And it sounds perfect. So can she make money or no?
Making money. What is the value of this? Like I said, right? The fun thing is, how much money will I make today? Every morning, how much money will I make today? Because the understanding is, John, you're not thinking she's making money. But she is.
Yeah.
You will get money that week, that next week, next month, her husband will give it, her job will give it, her mother will give it, her father. She is making money every day. What's the most organized thing I can do? What's the most sensible thing I can do? What's the simplest thing I can do today? And you do that, and I guarantee you in 24 hours, you will either have money or a money message.
Fantastic.
Like, this is because again, right? You in the understanding of money, lie our answers. Whatever it is you want to be an expert at, whatever it is you want to specialize in, you must know what it is. How can you be a heart surgeon without understanding the heart? How can you do money work without understanding money? So all the things attached to money, in fact, I think this has kind of become like a crash course.
Absolutely. I want that for myself and everybody listening, you know. I mean, since we've got you here, why not?
Thank you. So I am now going to give you a 2-word word medicine to attract money. And then I'm going to give you a 4-word medicine to clear the blockages to money. And I want to give you these 2 words because, Anuradha, these 2 words are so abused. We don't know that they are manifesting words, so we use them so badly, and we don't realize that in the using of these 2 words, our life has gone towards poverty instead of prosperity. And these 2 words are what if. All of us use what if with what if rubbish is going to happen, what if they say no, what if I don't get it, fear, let's not do anything. But what if is a manifester and it is not a question. Don't look for an answer with what if. So I am saying, what if you make triple your salary in the shortest time possible? What if this person who spoke about the appraisal, what if she gets a 200% appraisal? But in our work, me saying it is only half. Now you have to say it. Now you say it. What if I make quadruple my salary in the shortest time possible, and tell me your reaction?
Okay. What if I make quadruple times my salary in the shortest time possible?
2 more times. Say it 2 more times.
Yeah. Okay. What if I make quadruple times my salary in the shortest time possible? Okay. And what if I make quadruple times my salary in the shortest time possible?
Have some water.
Yeah. Once again? Okay. So what if I make quadruple times my salary in the shortest time possible? It makes you feel good.
Awesome.
Very hopeful, you know, and there's that energy and it's fun energy.
And a fun energy, right?
Yeah.
Most of us do the opposite with what if. But we have to use what if properly because it is one of the world's most potent manifestors. So if your head starts going, because the training in the head is the opposite, right?
Yeah. What if something goes wrong? It's always like that. Yeah.
Always as a question, right? And remember how when we did this, we asked the question, you asked the question, something unlocked. Now what have we unlocked?
Yeah.
In what if something goes wrong? We have unlocked the poverty. We've unlocked the fear.
Yeah. So it's like, what if the opposite happens? You know, it's like that.
Yeah. In that moment, you have to grab yourself and say, wait, what if the opposite happens? And immediately your next window, your next door, your next flow of river and stream is going to open up. It doesn't take more than 30 seconds. So like, for example, what if I do get a 200% appraisal? Now, something will happen with this audience member who has asked this question. Something will happen. Either a fear will come up, or joy will come up, or a sense will come up. I must eat oranges today. Because when it comes to, oh yes.
Yeah, that's so random.
Completely random. Every day we are making money. And therefore the message you get when you're doing money work, you have to follow through on. Whatever it is, I remember one time we were doing this work for a person whose mother-in-law was just haranguing her all the time. She's quite toxic as well. She's passed on now. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. But haranguing her, so much stress in the house, right? Now, if there's stress in your glass, where are you going to get money from? There's no space for money. In fact, stress is a repeller. Stress does not allow for something to come in. Stress blocks. Anger stops. Impatience delays. The more impatient we are, the longer it's going to take. So in what's going on in our glasses, for her, it was just negativity, stress, like ye story kab khatam hogi mere saath. And as we started doing the work around that clearing of this relationship, one of the messages she got is, I have to feed her 90 mangoes in the mango season. And it is so astounding. She did. And her mother-in-law loved mangoes. Like on her own, she would have 6 a day in her 90s as well. 90 mangoes in mango season. And that story changed dramatically after that. Of course, it was already changing because of the work we were doing and the W.O.R.D Medicine, because my USP is speed, because the words work so fast. Like you could tell immediately that it empowered you to do the what if.
Yeah.
It took more than 15 seconds to say it. And in 15 seconds, Anuradha, you empowered yourself.
Yeah, and maybe that changed her relationship with her mother-in-law.
Completely.
Suddenly the mother-in-law must have been happier with her and everything shifts, no?
Everything shifts. But the final thing was this 90 mangoes. So when you get an answer, don't question it. When you have done when you've taken the medicine.
Yeah.
When you've done the light medicine, whatever comes. So when we say, for example, what if I do get a 200% appraisal? Something is going to show up. Now, let us say fear shows up or anxiety show up. Maybe I'm not worth it. Am I worthy of it? Do I deserve it? Do I feel safe with it?
Yeah, like I got a nervous energy also,
Interesting, right? Now,
Yeah.
what do we do with that? We want to clear it. Because everything that's going on in our lives, including with money, we have learned. So some way we have also learned to be excited also, nervous also, unworthy also, desiring also. We've learned all of this. Guaranteed it was same stories were going on in our family. So we want to let go of this nervousness. So what will we say? Releasing nervousness. You try it right now. Say it only 3 times and just tell me what happens.
Okay. Releasing nervousness. Releasing nervousness. Releasing nervousness.
And give it 3. Can you feel?
I felt it, yeah. From the first to the third, it was different, yeah.
Correct, right? So it's releasing. So let us say a thought comes up, but I'm not worth it. Releasing unworthiness. Releasing this thought. Releasing this thought. See, I've already forgotten what I said.
Unworthiness, you said. Yeah. Yeah, okay. While you say it, you forget, yeah.
It's gone. Now there is no block in the way.
Yeah.
Because as you're putting in things into your glass, what is in the glass is going to start spilling out. Now you want to clean that. You want to clean that and let the space be. And I've cleaned it. And therefore, what did we just do actually, Anuradha? And I'm going to tell you because I know it's going to take a while for this to sink in. We just made more money.
Amazing. That just makes me happy. No nervous energy, nothing.
We just did it. And because we made it, it will show up.
But the mind is a powerful thing because I did this course in, NLP, and it was very interesting because this our instructor, he was very good, So he showed us this video of, how you can create an instant shift. Like, there's a traumatic incident that you have and you just go through it and within seconds it's gone. So we were like, no, I mean, he asked us what we thought and we said that, no, it doesn't happen like that. It just felt forced and it felt like they're just acting. Then he did it for us. And Nidhu, in a minute, we just forgot and it stayed. We went back and thought about it and, it was not there. It had no trauma attached to it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, and he said that the fact that you've gone back reinforced it,
Yeah.
So actually the mind and things like this is very powerful.
Completely. And the mind thinks in words. Therefore, mind's power is actually your word power. So the words that you're using, in fact, in school, and I mentioned this on quite a few of my calls, in school, I'd seen this board up, it was like a British school, like quite a few British schools. So they all had these quotes and these posters up everywhere. And I remember seeing this one, and even then it was so, I'm not surprised that it attracted me the most, but it was, and I've amended it slightly, but you'll get the gist, which is watch your words, they become your thoughts. Watch your thoughts, they become your action. Watch your action, they become your behavior. Watch your behavior, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your personality. Watch your personality, it becomes your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. From word to destiny.
Yeah. You're manifesting your reality with that, really.
And therefore, what's going on with our words is impacting our destiny. The words we are speaking today, first of all, we are either making money or we are repelling the money. And second, we are creating our destiny because today makes tomorrow. How today is impacts my tomorrow. In fact, today has been impacted by all my yesterdays. Therefore, as long as even right now, if I begin and I know how to use the words and I know how to apply the word medicine, my destiny is definitely changing for the better. It's transforming right now. So one, what if? And by the way, there are more than 100 decrees.
Yes.
Lots that.
And you keep making more and more.
That's true. Because language grows all the time. Language evolves all the time. Once upon a time, gay meant something completely different. That if my school teacher in class said, oh, how gay we were at that picnic, that's not how we would understand it today. So because language is constantly evolving, there is going to be no end to the word medicine. But yes, so there are constantly more coming out. And these sets that can be used, the understanding again in word medicine is, if you're going to put something in, something is going to spill out, so you know how to handle it. If you want, you do it the other way around. If you know what your block is. Now, let us say you don't know what your block is. What is the intention we make? We're going to quadruple salary, correct? So everybody listening in, this is the intention. What if everyone's salaries quadruples? We have put this out there. Now, if you know what that block is, we would say releasing releasing nervousness, because that's spilled out. And I've assumed a situation where the person is not feeling worthy with 200% appraisal, assuming that is it. We released and cleared what was spilling out, because both are required. If something spills out, you have to take care of that as well, or that will become the story. And we don't want that story. We want the story only, what if my salary quadruples? Therefore, even if you don't know what your block is, we will just say, and we are all going to try it right now. So people on the podcast, you're going to write in and let Anuradha know how this made you feel. And of course, you have to write in anyway and let her know how this made you feel and what you've understood, what you're taking away. But you definitely let her know how this made you feel. I'm going to be saying the same thing that we just practiced without identifying what it is. The block, the blockage, whatever it might be. It's a family program, my own program, ancestral program, past life program, karmic program, whatever it might be. I'm just going to say releasing blockages. And we're just going to say it 5 times. So I've told you what it is. We're going to say it 5 times together. Releasing blockages. Releasing
blockages.
Releasing
blockages.
Releasing
blockages.
Releasing
blockages.
Releasing
blockages.
Releasing blockages.
Yeah.
Ideally, we would have some water because energy shifts require superhydration. And the and water also sends the message to each cell fastest. So
each
cell fastest. Because now water is taking what I have said to every cell.
Okay.
So that's my nervous system, but water goes and diffuses it over all the cells. So the cell,
that's the power of the word, yeah.
Power of the word. Now that we have attuned ourselves to releasing blockages, we are going to say, and again, only 5 times, releasing blocks to quadrupling my salary.
Okay. Releasing blocks to quadrupling my salary. 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 I think whoever's listening will probably just write in and ask me, so what happened?
And we're going to ask them as well, because the power
for everybody.
Anuradha, you saw it. It happened everything happened very quickly, right? Within a day, following days. So today itself, you will see what shows up. Like that message to have an orange or feed someone 99 goes.
Yeah.
Is going.
I just want that 5 crore check coming in.
Releasing blocks to 5 crores.
Yes.
Release blocks.
Releasing blocks to 5 crores.
And then
Yeah.
what you're shown next. Because remember, for that 5 crores, one, we are getting into the vibration of 5 crores.
Hmm.
Two, how will we make it will be shown to us. Whatever done to make it will be shown to us as well, because both are important. Who we are and how we make it.
Yeah. So two takeaways for me is that, one is that we work on who we are. And the other thing which is very important is that, when we say we're working, we think in terms of a job. And the rest of the time we're not. It's because we say work-life balance, right? So that's work. And when we're out of it, we're not working. But yeah, the entire day, entire night, whatever you're thinking, you're still working. Your mind is working at it.
Absolutely. And I've forgotten his name. So even this work-life balance is going to go out of our lexicon, because if we call it a work-life balance, what we're saying is work is not life.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I gathered,
It's not work, right? Because all of us now think like this. But it isn't. It's actually a work-play balance.
Work-play balance, yeah. You said there were 4 words, right? 2 words and 4 words.
Yeah. So the 4, and I've also given you 1 word, which is releasing.
Releasing, yeah.
I'm going to give you the 4 words. Now, the 4 words is also for releasing. Because for all of us, if we haven't got it, stuff is going on with who we are, and stuff is going on with how we are making money. There's always more to clear than there is to manifest. All of us have houseful glasses. All of us have houseful cupboards. Nobody, especially as women, how organized that cupboard is also how we organize our day, our lives, our homes, our families. But all of us have houseful drawers and cupboards. Where is the space? So the focus is always on the clearing. And the 4 words for clearing is you can leave now. Anger.
Amazing. Yeah.
Leave now. And without even identifying anything, because the body's intelligence, the universal intelligence, that light that shines in all of us, that divine intelligence in all of us, knows exactly what to do. So you don't even have to identify anything. 10 times, just say, you can leave now. Try it.
Yeah, I love that, because that line itself is like you're in charge,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say this. This feels like a private session. I'm so awkward.
I'll say it. So I'll say it.
No, I'll say it. No problem. You can leave now. 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 Yeah. But Nidhu, please stay. Yeah. Yeah.
Very much right here. You see, and who has to stay, stays.
Yeah.
And in the way, because remember, we have asked for quadrupling salary. We have also said 5 crores.
Yeah.
Who is not supposed to stay, what is not supposed to stay, will start leaving.
I think, what I'm going to do is probably I'll just stay home from tomorrow, not go anywhere, not do anything, and just wait for things to happen. It's quite likely to do just that.
And it will happen, Anuradha. You will be amazed.
Yeah, अब तो पैसे आ रहे हैं ना, relax करो घर पे.
और जो होना है वो तो होएगा ही होएगा.
Yeah.
You will be amazed. You will be picked up and taken to brush your teeth. It is absolutely astounding, because in light medicine, W.O.R.D medicine, aka the decrees, where we speak the language of light at the speed of light, with the light within you, the light will do everything required. Zyada sochne ki zarurat nahi. In fact, so many of us get in our own way because itna sochte hain hum log.
That's true.
इतना सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. And in fact, सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. You just keep walking the way of the light. You're feeling nervous and awkward and stressed. होगा नहीं होगा, पर कब होगा? कितने होगा? किससे होगा? This is another.
No, and then the other thing, no, keep the faith, and then think that adds even more stress. Oh, I'm not keeping the faith. So you're overthinking, and then
Yeah. Because the mind is powerful, and the emotions are even more powerful. Because your mind is not going to tell you I'm afraid if there is no fear. Your mind is not going to tell you you're hungry if you don't feel hunger. And therefore, undoubtedly, the mind is usually in the driver's seat, in the engine. But his bogies, our bogies, which carry all our emotions, carry all our habits, carry all our behaviors, are much bigger. Therefore, the mind can collapse because inside I'm now so worried that I might get it or I might not get it, that in my head, there is no way I can keep the faith or stay positive. And then that adds pressure because now my mind is sending down the instruction and covering my fears and worries. Invariably, all of us have more to clear than to manifest. Therefore, disbelief, you can leave now. Completely worried, you can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now. Say it 10 times, it will either go away completely or be 99% gone. It works so quickly. Or releasing disbelief, releasing worry. What if it will happen when it happens, and I'm absolutely fine with that?
Yeah.
They're fully sorted.
Mm.
It is done. Do we need to repeat it? We may need to repeat it. So we repeat it. And because of the speed at which this works, I very quickly want to say to those who are experiencing word medicine and decrees for the first time, they are not affirmations. Because you don't have to repeat it 30 times for 30 days to see a result. They are not switch words. You can say they are switch sentences. You can say they are swishing mindset words.
Right.
You can switch mindsets in seconds. That's what they will do. Because swish itself is such a beautiful change.
Yeah, yeah. And it's an NLP technique as well. That's why I used it.
Oh, so lovely. So lovely. So swish, swish, swish. Something is going to change immediately. Because you're given the instruction and it is light and it will happen. So whatever it is that is in the way of you quadrupling salaries, everyone, of you receiving 5 crore rupees, everyone, you can leave now. You can leave now, 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 you can leave now. You can leave now. Releasing it, releasing it, releasing it, releasing it, releasing it, releasing it. What if you see what has to be done next and you are joyful about doing it? What if you know exactly how you're going to make your quadruple salary as well as 5 crore rupees in the shortest time possible? And just say yes to that. Just say yes.
Absolutely yes. Yeah. So Nidhu, we've been talking about all this very selfishly. I want to know about you, like, what you do. So like I said, I have to mention this, right? Because, I mean, of course, the Celebrity Association. So, so I heard Vidya Balan in an interview talking about you. Told you like the first time she did mention your name and I'm like, who's this amazing person? Then the second interview she did, and then, you agreed to come on. So it was wonderful. So thank you for that, first of all. And, she mentioned that, you even just do it on the phone. She referred to you as a healer, therapist kind of thing, and how, you shift her thinking and you use access consciousness. And then I read that, you also do EFT, emotional freedom technique, and a lot of other stuff. So just, what is it that you do? I did a very short description in the beginning, but I'd like to describe what it is that you do.
I don't do access, and I apply EFT along with the decrees, but what I really do is word medicine. You could feel the shift in just seconds. And word medicine is light medicine.
I've seen in your, I'm just interrupting, it says words basically stands for world of retrograde, decrees, switch sentences.
Yeah,
right?
So switch sentences, swish sentences. So again, right, because the first decree, which was actually you can leave now, was given to me in Saturn retrograde. And each retrograde, now retrogrades are very, very powerful times of change, transformation, and healing. So in retrogrades, lots of decrees come my way. And the first one, you can leave now, was given for karma completion. It's like humanity is taking so much time. We're just continuously getting stuck in our stories. Our families are getting stuck. We're getting stuck in our lineage stories. We're getting stuck in our ancestral stories. How do we shift forward faster? So you can leave now was the first 4 words. And in fact, it is part of the foundation course in the decrees, which is known as Saturn's decrees. That is the foundation from where all the other decrees begin. What if is a Saturn's decrees manifesting, attractive toward. But that is also from Saturn's decrees, that this is being used incorrectly in the world, that we have used it now to unlock fear instead of unlocking light and possibilities. And therefore, now releasing is not Saturn's decrees, one word, but it is also coming from, he's got 6 decrees, Saturn's decrees. 6 decrees, we've done 2 today, which is you can leave now and what if. And releasing came from another decree as the one-word version of that decree. So before I make this a 3-hour long conversation.
I'm here.
Thank
As
you.
I said, I'm not working today. I'm just being ironical. I'm free. I'm free to do this.
Working like that today, but you are definitely making money.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
So this right, my work is words. And Vidya brought up access consciousness because there was one recording by Glynis Hughes, whatever might be the correct pronunciation, that I had forwarded to her, where I am not an access consciousness practitioner.
Right.
I love EFT. I love EFT, like it's just incredible. It was one of the first practices and probably the only practice I've stepped out and learned. But I'm also not an EFT practitioner. I do apply the principles of EFT. So sometimes I will ask you to tap somewhere while saying the decrees, right? Like for example, let us tap at the collarbone, everybody, and tap with both hands. And now say, releasing fears. Releasing fears.
Releasing fears.
Releasing
fears.
Releasing fears.
Releasing fears.
Releasing fears.
Releasing fears.
And you will have a sense of something releasing again.
When you tap against the collarbone. Okay.
Collarbone. Because the collarbone is the end line of the kidney meridian, and the kidney meridian handles fears. So when I'm tapping that, I'm also awakening and empowering my kidneys. And I am moving out the stuffed, old, childhood, teenage, young adult, married, not married, fears, father's fears, mother's fears, all of that are stuffed in our kidneys also start coming out faster. So sometimes I ask this, but I also have my own body movements and mudras. So it would not be fair to call me an EFT practitioner either.
Yeah, I saw there's a combination of stuff. There were so many things,
Correct. I'm primarily a W.O.R.D Medicine owner and sharer.
W.O.R.D Medicine, yeah. Sounds amazing. So what Vidya also said is that, she just calls you wherever in the world she is. So how does it work? Like you mentioned a foundation course. So somebody wants to, get the most out of this. Like I told you, now that I know you, I'm not going to let go because till I get that 5 crore check and then maybe more, So how does it work?
So because I work with words, your words are more important to me than me meeting you or even seeing you. I know everything about somebody by the way they have sent me a text, by the way that they have responded in a group, or by how they have spoken to me. And so I work on the phone, which means that wherever you are, and it's truly wherever in the world you are, or wherever in the city you are, or wherever in the country you are, it's a phone call. So you don't have to show up for a session. The session is on the phone. Yes, for things like trainings and workshops, if you can't show up for the session, there is always a replay. And that is also done mostly as an audio call. But sometimes for an introduction, maybe there will be a Zoom call. But most of it is also done as an audio call. And you get notes. So you can pick up the notes as well.
Right. So you also, we've been focusing on money this entire time. But I know that you do a lot more. And I'm sure like Vidya is not calling you just for money. So maybe you can talk about that, because I saw that, I just saw money and I was like, okay, let's talk about money, as I told you. But I know that you use it for a lot of other things.
That's true. So So, for example, when we did release worries or releasing worries, or we did the you can leave now, and just now, when we had a little bit of a break, I did not being able to connect, you can leave now, right? Because that was a problem. I applied the medicine, got a sense that I should reconnect my entire system. I did and got back. So, like that, worry is not specific, fears are not specific, nervousness is not specific to money. It can show up at any point, under any situation. So, our health, for example, like just as our wealth is an indication of who we are and what's going on with us, our health is also an indication of who we are and what's going on with us. Our relationships are also an indication of who we are and what's going on with us. So, wherever it is that the situation might be, the medicine is applicable throughout. So for example, if we are doing releasing blockages and blocks to 5 crore rupees, I would just adapt that to releasing 5 kilos of excess weight. I would adapt that to releasing whatever is in the way of my greater health and fitness. I would also adapt that to releasing diabetes, releasing. So when you know the medicine, you can see how easy it is to use it for anything, everything, anytime, anywhere, for everything and for everyone. You can do it on the pot. You can do it while doing yoga. You can do it while sitting. You can do it while standing. You can do it while running. You can do it while showering. As long as you know how these words are working, because that's their magic, right? It's the words themselves. Then you can adapt it to everything and anything. I mean, we have repaired geysers. I have this ongoing saga of my fan, which I was told I would have to change. And then for 8 months, I didn't have to because I used the decree.
Wow.
Yeah, I've repaired my geysers. I've got an exhaust fan that I was told I would have to change. 2 years, this exhaust fan is still working. I've gotten special deals without working on special deals. Like I have this little mini pressure cooker. I wish I'd kept it out, and I got it for and that size pressure cooker is for about 3,500 to 4,500 rupees. I got it for 1,200, and my household help went around telling everybody, "Unko to 1,200 mein mila, unko to 1,200 mein mila." Like on my group chat for the community and the society, I still get, "Aapne kaise kiya? Aapko kahan se mila?" I didn't do any work on it. It was just one of the results of all the other work that is happening. Because as you open your doors and windows and your rivers start flowing, all things good start coming to you. So what else do I work on? My primary training, teaching, preaching, practicing is the word medicine itself. And then whatever shows up in the day. Because as every Indian woman knows, the most important person in our lives is the maid. So on the day that maid has not come, what will you do? You apply this medicine. The maid has not come, releasing stress, releasing worries, and you will see, either you will realize that, you know what, it's okay. Agar ye sab nahi hua, aaj kal kar lenge. Or a substitute maid will come, or your maid will show up, or a better maid will come. The solutions, the answers will happen organically. And that's the part where all of this is effortless. You are not making those calls. Somebody in the group will put up, or it will cross your mind that in my society group, I should put up, can somebody give me a temporary maid? An answer will come to you, or it will be done for you. That's the magic of the decrees. That's the magic of word medicine, light medicine. It is the fastest transformative language in the world. And that is what I work with anybody and everybody, whatever that situation that day may bring up. I do work with a couple more people in the industry. And while the story in the industry can be a little different, that something happened on a set. Stress is the same for everybody. Worry is the same for everybody. Pain is pain, whatever your story and situation of the pain might be. So the work is the same. And like I said, as you get comfortable with this, as you do your trainings, workshops, practices, then you too can qualify and become a W.O.R.D medicine practitioner. You too can become a light doctor. You too can be a W.O.R.D medicine doctor.
I think that's the next step for all of us. Thank you, Nidhu, so much. And the sense I'm getting is that it just, reduces clutter and makes you freer. That's what I'm feeling. And, just flowing with things, right?
Correct. And that's light. It's
Yeah.
the way of the light, because on a good day, you're the one who's feeling good, and that's why the day is good. Because the days we feel good about getting out of bed, that day has a different kind of magic. And the days we are feeling low and down, that day goes accordingly. So as long as we feel freer, we keep turning to the light, we keep increasing the light in our lives, and light stands for positivity, knowing, awareness, optimism, hope, confidence. Everything good comes under light. So as long as we can keep doing it for us, which means that who we are is becoming more and more light, our days start becoming more and more light, and our life is nothing but a summation of our days. Therefore, as we are becoming more and more light, our lives are changing, transforming for the better and better and better and 1,000 times better and 10,000 times better and 1,000,000 times better and 5 crore times better.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to keep asking what if, in a positive way, in a powerful way. Thank you so much, Nidhu. And of course, I'm going to be in touch from now on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Anuradha. This was amazing. This was so much fun. I thank you for being able to let me speak for quite a bit in the middle. You were fantastic. I think you're a really good host, because you do allow, I think, your guests to just speak.
Yeah, because that's the whole idea, right? That's why you're here.
Thank you. And more power to switching mindsets, to switching mentalities, to switching lives. What if your audience expands 1,000 times over before you know it?
Yes. Thanks so much. Yeah.
Thank you. It was an absolute joy and pleasure. Lots of love to you, and speak to you soon again.
Yes, absolutely.